Hey Apprentice Squad, in today's Apprentice Clip, I'm going to show you how to make this awesome quilted diamond pattern with EVA foam. Stay tuned. So, first thing you need is to have your EVA foam. I've got some 4mm thick What the Foam here. You can do this with pretty much any EVA foam. And you need to know what side's your front, what side's your back, okay? Flip it over to the back side, and this is where you're gonna draw your diamond pattern onto. I'm gonna do it with 1.5 inch spacing between each of the diamond edges, but you can do it at whatever size you want to. So I'm gonna draw that on here, and then we'll go on to the next step. So I'm drawing my first line diagonal across the center at its longest point here. And then I'm gonna mark my 1.5 inch markings in just every 1.5 inch from there to give myself a reference. Now I'm just using my ruler with a square edge to just bring those lines out perpendicular so that I have a little bit more of a guide to be able to continue those lines out so that I can then draw all of those diagonal lines. If it's your first time here, please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you as part of the Apprentice Squad. We have tutorials, Apprentice clips just like this that teach you techniques and different things in cosplaying, working with costumes and props, as well as full build videos that have patterns that make it super easy to be able to recreate and forge your favorite fandom. All right, got it all traced out. Now the next thing we're gonna do is take your dope knife or X-Acto blade, and we're gonna go through and just score the foam along those lines. So, check out my video on tricks for engraving details or scoring details for some more detail on this, but essentially you just want to make sure you're not cutting more than halfway through, and you're just going to cut right along that line. Now you can do it with your razor blade, or Cause Tools has created some really awesome tools like this with a guide rail that you can use, and you can actually use their straight cutter with a depth adjustment to be able to just put that right on the line so that it'll only be scoring it, and you just snap that in there and run right along that line. So a couple options there depending on what you have on hand. I think for this I'm just gonna fly through with the razor blade, since that's what most people are gonna have access to, and we'll just go ahead and do that. Okay, so you can just kind of bend the foam to double check and make sure you got everything. And now we're gonna pull out our heat gun, hit this with some heat, and then come in along each of these square lines and press in a little bit of a curve with the back of a screwdriver, or here I'm using the honing steel, and then we'll move on to the next step. Now you wanna heat up both sides of the foam so that it doesn't cause one side to wrinkle, so that they're both stretching evenly. Okay, so you can do this simply just by kind of like running it along there, just picking up a corner of the foam and pressing it along there. I'm gonna do the same thing here. It just kind of adds a little bit of a curve into it, and you can do it like this, or you can kind of hold it up in your hand and press into it. Okay, so once you've pressed that in on the back side, your front side's gonna look like this. Now you can kind of start to see some stuff happening here, but you're probably like, hey Skylar, that's not what it looked like when you showed us at the beginning. And you're right. There's one more crucial step that we need to do to really seal the deal on that. So we're gonna flip it back over to the back side, and we're going to just kind of pry open these little scoring lines, so kind of like a little Pac-Man mouth here. And we're gonna go in with hot glue and just fill in that gap just a little bit. Doesn't take much, just a little bit of hot glue right inside of there, and then just do that for every single one of these. So I'm gonna do that, and then we'll show you what it looks like. Da-na-na, check that out. You can see it's such a cool little quilted effect there, the quilted diamond look, or also referred to as the diamond pleated look. And it just looks so awesome. You can use this for so many different things. and it's not that hard to do, all in one piece of foam. Super awesome. Hopefully this video was helpful for you guys. If you liked it, please give it a like, subscribe if you haven't, and share this with a friend that you know does cosplay or that could help out. And I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Cosplay on, my friends. See ya. Marker, marker, and I have a marker. I'm so funny.